are as bad as my wife. Are you coming? Just give me a minute. Holy hell. All right. Cars on Cars. Tell your friends. Today, we're going to talk about lead. I forgot this car had any lead in it, so I've taken the rest out. So we'll talk a little bit about lead that's in all these old cars. Right up probably until, I don't know, the 90s, I'll bet. Lead. Why is it there? Who put it there? What's the lead doing? Why is the lead doing what it does? Factory used leads in the seams when they put shit together. Just about every car, you can still see me, there'll be a stripe of lead where the roof joins the borders. Here is where the roof joins the pillar. There's lead there. And there was lead down where the pillar joined the tower. Even some of the nicest cars, you should take the lead out. Get the lead out, would you? Just get the lead out. Pull up your socks, get the lead out. And I can demonstrate why. Even when it looks really good. Like this is in good shape on the outside, this lead. Just about all the lead on this car was in good shape on the outside. But wait, just a second here. I'll show you what can lurk beneath the surface. Like Jaws. Dun-na, 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 dun-na. So here, as you can see here, the lead is gone, and oh my God! Here, focus. Holy hell! Look at that. Can you see that? Are you dizzy yet? So there's rust under there, and the lead wasn't bad. Well, I mean, on this panel, the lead was. Uh-oh, my Band-Aid's coming apart. Son of a bitch! Look at that. Jesus. On this car, actually, this panel is just one great big bowl of bitch pudding. I don't even get how it's not really coming up in the, but damn, needs some work. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about that. So that is rust that's underneath the lead. There might not be any up there. Back there, where I took it out of that seam already, actually it was really clean underneath those seams. But this one, not so much. And I have seen it before where looks good, but it ain't. So what we're gonna do is, I'll show you how to melt it out. I'm gonna use an oxybacetylene torch to do it. I've done it with a propane torch. I don't have any propane right now. A lot of times if you're a little unsure of boiling a hole right through it, then use a propane torch. It takes a little longer, but it's cooler and you're not going to get into trouble. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get the lead out. I'm going to get the torch set up. I'm going to get her all lit up, and then I'll get you. I mean, you're going to feel the heat right on your face. I'll get you right in here so you can see what's shaking. So just a second. Okay, we're back. Torchy, propane, big boomer, whatever you do. So like I said before, a lot of this kind of stuff, I'll keep the acetylene in smoke. Woo. Mesmerizing, hey? Don't do that. Keep her down there. You don't want it all that hot. See, that's not that hot. I'm going to show you how hot it is. And now when you're doing this, you want to cover your eye holes with something, because once this stuff turns liquid, if it popcorn farts out of there at you and it hits you in the peeper, well, you're on permanent squint now, aren't you? That's a bad day. That sucks. So for doing this, you're going to want to brush it out of there. So I got about the shittiest little hunk of a stinking great-great-granddaddy's wire brush that, actually, I think I ran it over and cut the end of it off. Whatever, you don't care. So we're going to heat it up. So here we go. That might be a little hot. Oh, I'm losing it. You bastard. Trials and tribulations. Cut, edit, print, rescreen, whatever. So you don't want it that hot, hey? Give me a hard way to go here. It's because it's cold. I'm cold and I don't know what time it is. Come on now, you bastard. All right. You dirty prick. Hey, you see that? Made in China. Yeah, boy. All right, good enough. All right. Don't torture you later. So you don't got to get in there like you're welding. Just heat her up. Hey, you'll see. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? See that? Can you see the bubble up there? Again, don't just get crazy with the Cheez Whiz and try to do the whole thing, because you're just going to wind up with a mess. Just inch your way through it, and you'll get there. See what I'm saying? And the good thing about the lead is that it cools so fast that when it hits another surface, it just about immediately turns solid. And lead doesn't like to stick to steel unless you have tinned it first. I don't know what tinning is. Well, I do know what tinning is. Tinning is when you melt some shit over the steel. When you melt some shit over the steel before you lead it, that's called tinning. And you have to tin it or the lead won't stick to it. As you can see, like it just brushed right off of there. Did you see when it just brushed right? Did you see it when it just brushed right off of there? It just brushed right off of there. But yeah, so get in there and get it all out of there. You can't weld to lead either. If you got some welding to do, you can't weld to lead. Leading probably is good. Back in the day, that's what you done, right? You saw a lot more lead than body fillers, especially back in the 40s and 50s. Fire! That's what they did repairs with lead. They melted her on there, they smeared it around. And Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, whatever. Cedric's your entertainer, I don't know, whatever. You see there, you just keep on going with it. And the funny part about this is, if you've never done this before and you don't know what to expect underneath there, well, you're going to see just how much the factory didn't give a shit about what they were doing. Because a lot of times, that's a bummer under there. It sucks. I have never taken a leaded seam out of anything and went, wow, nice work under there. Why would you hide that? Hide her, boys. Get that shit under covers. I see there's a little more in here. I don't know, you probably can't even see that, can you? Here, just a sec. There, are you dizzy now? Yeah, I found there's a little more in here yet. But you just warm it up, scrape it away. Theoretically, you're not going to put enough heat in there to do the metal any harm. Warm it up, scrape it away. Once it hits your shoe, hits the floor, it turns hard instantly. We won't make any jokes about that. But yeah, you just keep going. When I do it, I'll start from the top and work my way down, because it's going to flow down. There's another fellow that does a lot of YouTube videos. He's Canadian as well. I find it kind of funny because he says in his videos that heat rises, so you always want to go to this top, bottom and work your way up. When he's welding a panel, he'll take that panel, if it's welding horizontally on the panel, he'll stand that turkey up on end and put where he's welding up towards the top, because heat rises. That's all I'm going to say. Even like there's some seam sealer or filler or something here. If you can smell it, and you knew what the smell was, you'd know that it's Bondo. But anyways, that's it. The lead, that was a factory finished procedure. That's what it is. Who put it there? The guys who put these bodies together, they put it there. And as I said, I think that the lead most likely is quite a stable product to have been used. But I don't think it's good for you. Torchy. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, anything that you get it on, like, it don't stick. If you don't tin it, it don't stick. So you can just brush it all right away. Yeah, I got one more seam over there to do, and this seam is cleaned out on that side, so I'm going to do it. See, well, it's warm. Never mind, it's hot. God damn it, it's hot. That wasn't scripted. But anyways, I got one more seam to do over there, and so I will. And then what I do with these seams is basically I will use Marglass. If you're not familiar with Marglass, it's basically fiberglass Bondo is basically what it is. But you want these seams really cleaned out. I'll go over it with probably a grinder and a cutoff wheel. Ideally, if it wasn't that cold outside, see how cold it is outside here? So ideally, if it wasn't that cold outside, you would do this before you blast it. So you'd have all that lead out of there, all this lead would be out of and then you'd hit her with the sandblaster and then clean her right down. Because yeah, that's kind of black from the heat now, but you saw before I did it that you can kind of see the texture. You can see that it's surface rust in there. And there's a little up there too that we'll have to dig out of there with the grinder. And we will. Oh, look at that. There's a goddamn hole in it I gotta weld up. I didn't see that. But yeah, so that's it. That's lead. That's who it is, that's what it is, and that's why it's there. One more chapter in a Dodge Dart. So I guess I'm gonna leave it there. There you go. Get the lead out, boys. Get the lead out. See ya. Cut.